Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into the world of radical equations. If you've ever seen an equation with a square root sign and a variable, you're in the right place. We'll learn how to tackle them step by step. So, what exactly is a radical equation? It's simply an equation that has a variable, like x, inside a radical. Most of the time, you'll see this as a square root. For example, an equation like the square root of x plus 5 equals 12 is a perfect example of a radical equation. Solving these equations boils down to a simple two-step mission. The first step is to isolate the radical. That means getting the square root part of the equation by itself on one side. The second step is to square both sides, which is the key to removing the radical and solving for the variable. Let's focus on step 1, isolating the radical. Imagine you have the equation, the square root of x plus 7 equals 15. Our goal is to get the square root of x alone. To do this, we perform the opposite operation. We subtract 7 from both sides, which leaves us with the square root of x equals 8. Now for the magic, step 2. With our radical isolated, we have the square root of x equals 8. To eliminate the square root, we do its inverse operation, we square it. But whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So we square both sides. Squaring the square root of x just gives us x, and 8 squared is 64. So x equals 64. Let's put it all together with a complete example. Consider the equation, the square root of 2x minus 1 plus 5 equals 10. First, we isolate the radical by subtracting 5 from both sides, leaving us with the square root of 2x minus 1 equals 5. Next, we square both sides. This gives us 2x minus 1 equals 25. Now it's a simple two-step equation. Add 1 to both sides to get 2x equals 26, and finally, divide by 2. Our answer is x equals 13. Before we go further, I have a critical warning. When you square both sides of an equation, you can accidentally create solutions that don't actually work. These are known as extraneous solutions. This happens because squaring a negative number gives a positive result, which can hide information from the original equation. This is why you must always check your answer. Let's see an extraneous solution in action. Consider the equation, the square root of x equals x minus 2. The radical is already isolated, so we square both sides. This gives us x equals the quantity x minus 2 squared. Expanding that gives us x equals x squared minus 4x plus 4. Next, we set the equation to 0, which gives us 0 equals x squared minus 5x plus 4. Factoring this quadratic, we get 0 equals the quantity x minus 4 times the quantity x minus 1. This gives us two potential solutions, x equals 4 and x equals 1. But are they both correct? Let's check our two potential solutions in the original equation, which was the square root of x equals x minus 2. First, let's try x equals 4. The square root of 4 is 2, and 4 minus 2 is also 2. 2 equals 2, so this answer is correct. Now let's check x equals 1. The square root of 1 is 1, but 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 1 does not equal negative 1. This means x equals 1 is an extraneous solution. It's a fake answer that we must discard. So here is your checklist for solving any radical equation. 1. Isolate the radical term. 2. Square both sides of the equation. 3. Solve the equation that's left over. And 4. The most important step, always check your answers in the original equation to make sure they are not extraneous solutions. Follow these steps, and you'll master these problems in no time.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.